Yeah, typically we wear white because it's what's that? Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna run a cult or anything here, but basically, like the reason I wear all white is during the practice is because it conducts electromagnetic energy. So when we're actually like doing the techniques, doing the Kriya, you are clearing your field. You're supposed to wear cotton, like a linen, like yeah, like you'll see them wearing turbans to keep the energy flowing. Hi. Yeah. So whenever you like Google it online and they're wearing like the turbans, they're keeping the prana that we're generating in their body. And then, like, I guess if you wear color, it can hinder development. But I didn't wear color for a long ass time. So this is the first time I've worn all white and I felt a difference. I'm like, yeah, I feel great. Like it's just very like it's very uplifting, especially because it's sunny here 24/7. So it's just like I feel like I'm floating all the time. It makes me really like yeah, I really love it. Oh, yeah. Especially right now, we're in the middle of the honeymoon phase. Yeah, I've been teaching you. I quit my corporate job in like 2012 and because I had cancer. And then I was teaching, I was training in yoga just to like heal. And then I became obsessed. Like this woman was a shaman who did a bunch of stuff and it was just like, this is amazing. How did I not tune into this before? I guess I just was just kind of living in a different frequency day to day, just trying to see the day to day. Great to see you again. Good to see you. Yes. Yeah, so we can get the audience. Okay. So my card. And it just kind of helps inform your overall energy, cosmos. I got Libra. Oh my God, I'm a Libra. Are you a Libra? But not. Oh, okay. Maybe you have a place in your heart. I was tired of the air sign. I do strive for balance. Yeah, they I work on a super area in the lab because it's super areas. Let me know in the chat and think about All right, yogis, we're gonna begin. Let me know if you guys can't hear me, just type it in the chat. We're gonna begin our class, week 2. We're just gonna stress the importance of warming up. I gave you guys all the link to the material online where I sort of talk through like what we're doing. So even though you're here in the moment, like doing it, you can get proper form with the guidance on. And I'll try to talk through it as I'm here and, you know, make corrections and then seeing you. But your only job is to basically just be very present and do your best to keep up because it can get a little tiring. And also, if you do feel the symptoms of like energy that's moved through the body, it could last up to 36 to 72 hours. It's all like, unless you're super busy the whole time or feel really, really ill, it's all very a part of the life force beginning to move and you're consciously driving. Okay. So we're gonna do Kriya for creative energy today. And basically it's going to take all of the energy, the cerebral spinal fluid at the base of the spine, and we're gonna just physically move it up. So I use a combination of warm-up Kriyas, and then there's like the star Kriya, the one that I have on the website listed, where we're gonna put our arms in the air like this, and this is a 3-minute Kriya where we execute the breath of fire. So that's done using the diaphragm, and it's like a rapid exhale and a passive inhale, so it looks like your stomach is like jug. And you want to lock, I'll talk through it when we're doing it, but you want to lock the base of the pelvic floor and all of the organs. So I'll talk through sort of the different points because, you know, we have different body types. So wound carrying bodies have a different way of squeezing than another type of body where you would go to the base and squeeze it. It's called Vajroli mudra. For us women, it's called Sahajoli mudra. And then there's Ashwini mudra, which is the anal sphincter, which is squeezing. Mula Bandha doesn't include those 2 areas. It's just the pelvic floor. So like when all else fails, you just sit and squeeze. But if you really want to get the effect quicker, you just squeeze really, really, really hard. The second part, we're going to be doing that and actually punching. And then the third part is a meditation. So we'll begin. We always start by tuning in. And our chant is Om Namo Gurudev Namo. You don't have to do this, you know, with me. It's not about like how it sounds. It's mostly a vibrational sound that you're tapping into. And it means I bow to the teachers who came before me, who made it available for us today. I bow to the inner resource teacher here now, and all who come after me, which are everybody who is affected by our energy. Okay, so we'll go ahead and tune. Take a deep inhalation, lock the base of the pelvic floor. Sit up really tall and then drop the shoulders away from the ears. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. On the next inhale, reach the palms above the head. Exhale, use the bottom of the shoulder blades and bring them down toward the earth. Start to tune in your intention here. Inhale. Sometimes the cards that we pull can drive that intention. Let go of how it looks. And really come into the feeling space at the base of the pelvic floor, the low belly, the sacrum, which is the upside down triangle at the base of the spine. Awesome job. Last one, really try to sit up tall. Drop the right forearm toward the mat, and left palm's gonna reach up and over. Keep the chest lifted. Take a deep inhale. Reach through the fingertips, and then exhale, drop the chest toward the front of the mat. And then this left palm's gonna drop down, the right palm's gonna lift. Take a deep inhalation here. Exhale. Very good. It doesn't have to look like mine. You just want these collarbones to be open. Exhale, bring it all the way back up. The chin is going to be at the chest. We're going to take the chest over toward the right and keep the spine long. So try not to hunch the back. Keep the sit bones rooted. And take deep inhalation and exhalation through the nose. The tip of the tongue is going to come toward the roof of the mouth. And the teeth are slightly open and the mouth is closed. Very good. If it feels really stiff, you can bring the palms toward the knees and then just use the arms as leverage to really get into the joints. You want to get into the shoulders and feel the back muscles. You want to squeeze the belly. The Supi grinds start to awaken the base of the spine. The base of the spine is going to hold that cerebral spinal fluid. Cerebral spinal fluid is the physiological makeup of your life force energy, translated into the body as fluid. Go the other way now. The chest is going to go toward the left. You're going to start to watch your thoughts. Let go of how it looks. Form is only the last part. In the Kundalini, we're going to really focus on the energy, stuff that you can't really see, like this breath, some of the words that I'm using. 3 more breaths. 1 full breath is an inhale and an exhale. Good. At the end of that exhale, bring the spine all the way up and then draw the chin toward the chest. For this, you're going to keep kind of your chin in the same place, and you're just going to use your low belly to exhale around just the lumbar spine. It's a really small movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. So just think about the lumbar 1 through 6. Inhale. And let go of like sort of the middle of the spine and upper spine right now. They're just going to stay in the same place. Really squeeze. Now on the inhale, you're going to squeeze all of the organs, squeeze the base of the pelvic floor. For us womb holders, it's going to be right underneath the belly button, squeeze. Really squeeze, last one. We're going to hold. Take the chest and draw a circle, squeeze the abs, hold the exhale up. Very good. Take a deep inhale, lift the throat. And now on the exhale, you're going to take the center of the chest and create a large C. The chin is going to really go up. This is the upper spine flexion. Inhale, back of the rib cage lift. As much as it can without pinching the back of the neck. Exhale, round the spine. When you're rounding, you're pulling that belly button toward the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. We're going to start to prepare for breath of fire. To prepare for this, you want to make sure that you're squeezing the exhale all the way out, that you feel the pause. And you're drinking in the breath all the way to the collarbones and really completing an inhale. 2 more. Very good, yogis. Now we're going to do 10 breath of fire, front and back with the sternum, so it'll look like this. Okay, we're only going to do 10. Take a deep inhale. Take a deep exhale. 10 breath of fire. You got it. Good. Inhale, Reach the palms all the way up. The thumbs are going to come in. This is every finger represents a different planet. The ancient planets. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, roll them up. Exhale, roll them down. This might get a little bit tiresome here. So if you need to take a break, you're just going to bring the palms toward the knees. And if you get really dizzy, you're going to stop that breath of fire and you're going to come to this natural breath. Keep it going. I'm going to start our timer. We're going to do breath of fire and we're just going to start for a minute. Okay. So if it's too much, remember, stop the breath. You don't want to hyperventilate by bringing it into the chest. You want to have this come from the root chakra. Take a deep inhalation here. That means you're sending the breath up from that pelvis. The belly is the one doing the work. Deep exhale. With Agni pranayama, breath of. The gaze is off the tip of the nose. Widen into a V. Almost there. Awesome job. Inhale. The left palm comes toward the right knee on the exhale. Start to take the right oblique into a circle. So you're just going to isolate the right oblique and awaken the masculine side of the body. This side is run by our dynamic energy, fire energy. Take a deep inhale, really recover from that. We take a minute to recover in between each one when we're beginning, because it cleanses out the body in a very, very deep way. It's on a cellular level and it starts at the root chakra. So if you're a very ungrounded person, like you live in your head, bring your attention to your feet. If you're a little too grounded, you want to send that prana up toward the base, sorry, not the base of the spine. It'll go to the base of the spine, but go to the crown of the head. Very good. Start to bring your circle toward the center. This is just the sternum moving and isolating. Squeeze the abs and squeeze all of the mudras at the base of the pelvic floor. Very good. It takes a minute to really get that isolation. We're going to bring our palms above the head now. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Good. Second round, breath of fire. Really tune into that pelvic floor. Make sure the breath is coming from the base of the pelvic floor. Halfway there. Bring it into a V. Good. Calm the breath. Inhale. Right palm toward the left knee. Exhale. The left oblique is going to draw a circle. You want to keep the base of the pelvic floor locked. We're moving a lot of energy around. So you just want to notice your experience of that breath. Try to lift the back of your rib cage as much as possible. Very good. Really feel from the pubic bone toward the low lip. Take deep breaths, relax. If it kind of felt like too much in that, maybe take a rest from this breath of fire. We have one more round. And remember, this acts very quickly, so it's very intense. Start to take it toward the center, keep the circle. When we're going clockwise, we're calling in energy. When we're moving counterclockwise, we're releasing energy. Take a deep inhale, reach the palms up. Deep exhale. Last breath of fire. Relax the jaw. Awesome job, yogis. Inhale. The palms are going to come out in front of you. On the exhale, come onto the hands and knees like this. And you're just going to roll out the spine. Slowly, the low belly first, round the spine. Let the tailbone lead and drop the head. Inhale, lift the chest, sag the belly. Exhale, squeeze the belly button back. That pelvic bone is going to lead. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very good, yogi. You've done 3 minutes of breath of fire, so we're going to do a breath of fire with this posture. You're only really moving through the solar plexus, which is right underneath the sternum. Well, it's different for all of us. Some of us, it's closer to the belly button. For me, it's right in between the belly button and the sternum. Really tune into where yours is at. We got 1 more minute of breath of fire in cat-cow. So it goes like this. On the exhale, you go. Okay, take a deep inhale, neutral spine. Deep exhale. Good. Breath of fire. Good job. On the exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips toward the side. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Slightly bend the knees now. The heels might even come up off of the earth. Squeeze the belly button in and then flip the tailbone up like a posterior arch with the back. Now just take the toes 45. You're going to really bend the knees. Send the root chakra toward the earth like a little frog. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. This is very intense for the root chakra. Last one. Great job, yogis. We're going to go ahead and bring it back to your children's seat. And if it's too much to do the Padmasana, you can just bring the heel toward the perineum and the other heel in front of it like this. Inhale, raise the palms up like this. Exhale, bring the palms down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Listen. Now you're going to bring both hands in like a fist and they're facing up like this. When we exhale, we're actually going to hold the exhale for a minute and then punch like this. So you're twisting the fist forward, just like a, what would be called a jab. So take a deep inhalation here. And this is just an exhale now. Hold the exhale, punch the fist. Really go hard, but squeeze the core. Almost there, halfway through. Keep that exhale, really squeeze it out. This punches through all of the creative blocks, anything that's blocking you from your manifestation and your birthright of prosperity. 5 more seconds. Beautiful job. Take a deep inhalation, reach the palms up. Exhale, bring them back in. Now we're going to punch on the inhale. Inhale. Go ahead and punch. Keep the inhale. Really send it toward those tight or tense areas. Get to know the body on that inhale. Halfway there. 20 more seconds. Awesome job, yogis. Almost there. Go hard. Awesome. Exhale. Rest the body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The Kriya is very intense. So we have one more round like that, but it's a breath of fire with the punches. So we have 40 more seconds of breath. Really soak it in. Allow the nervous system to recalibrate and notice the base of the spine. Notice the difference in the shoulders, the arms, the belly. And really start to have some self-compassion, compassion and forgiveness for the bones of the body. Last breath. Good. Go ahead and bring the fist in like this. Take a deep inhale. The exhale and the inhale are like this. 1 minute. Let's go. Halfway there. Inhale. Exhale the left palm underneath the right. Squeeze the base of the pelvic floor. Really, really lock all of the organs. Ashwini mudra. And just really reflect on your own inner resources. What brought you to where you're at now? That Kriya is intended to release lack, to bust through the illusion of lack. deep breath in this position. Go ahead and bring the knees up toward the ceiling. Vertebrae by vertebrae, you're going to start to take the descent onto the earth. Bring the ankles underneath the knees. Press the palms in toward the mat, and then inhale, go ahead and lift the hips toward the sky. This takes that cerebral spinal fluid that we just sort of moved around and lifted up with all those breathing techniques. And it sort of tips it energetically toward the back of our neck. And in yoga, this space is called the mouth of Shiva. Once it hits the back of the neck, it goes into the ventricle called the third ventricle, which I talk about in those slides. And that's basically right where your head is hitting the earth. And anyways, it fills up that ventricle. And so literally when we do that breath, we're burning through to our pineal gland, our pituitary gland, our hypothalamus, and our thalamus, which is the area of how we process deep peace and bliss. And if you do it for 4 hours, the yogis say you get this rush of dimethyltryptamine in your brain, and it just is like this spiritual experience. I've not done that yet, so maybe next time. Take one more breath here. Go ahead and bring the spine toward the mat. Kick the knees back toward the armpits. You're going to grab the outer edges of the feet or the big toes and just roll out the low back. It circles back toward that base of the spine to fill up the outer part that surrounds the spinal cord. And so it literally coats all the nerve endings that correspond to your brain, and it awakens the dormant parts of your brain. We'll take a hip opener here just to balance it out. This right ankle over the left. Make that little triangle, press the knee out, and then draw the thigh in toward the belly. Take a deep inhalation here. And then on the exhale, you're going to draw the thigh in toward the belly as much as possible. Just energetically processing what we just did, which was like 15 Kriya in a row. Relax the jaw. Just watch the thoughts coming across the mind. Allow nothing to stick here. Be very present with your own internal resources, your own creativity. We'll go ahead and switch it out. The feet can come towards the earth. You can windshield wiper left to right like this. The left ankle is going to come over the right knee. Draw the thigh in toward the belly. You can flex through the feet if it feels good, or you could just let the feet go. That's really the yogi's choice. Take a deep inhale. Good. Exhale, bring it towards the chest. Breathe big here through the nose. Very good, yogis. We're going to go ahead and release, bring both heels up toward the sky. And that, if it feels good, you know, you could just stay here and just take the heels and shake the thighs out. Or you can press the palms toward the earth. We're going to use momentum. You're going to try not to look at me or like around. You want to just kind of keep your gaze where your navel is going to be. And then you're going to bring the toes toward the floor behind you like this.
So this is step one of the pose of immortality in the yoga. And what it does is it takes that fluid at the base of the spine. Oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe and talk and do it. But it takes all that energy at the base of the spine and it sends it up. And so the yogis would like hang from trees or do this, or their handstands to move the Amrita from the base of the spine toward the other bindu, which is right where I described the back of the head. If you need that moral support, go ahead and bring your palms toward the low back, but try not to dump your weight in there. You want to put your weight in the shoulders. And then if you want, you can extend the legs up toward the feet. The ankles are going to stack over the knees stack over the hips, and the hips over the shoulders, and it should be a little more difficult to find the breath. And if this is too much for the body, it's okay. Don't feel like you need to force it. This is a very advanced posture, especially with that set of Kriya. But for example, you would never want to start with this posture. This is one that you would do after you get all your wiggles out. Of course, if you practice a lot, then you know you could wake up and do it, and you might feel fine. But most of us would feel maybe kind of dizzy or disoriented. So you want to perform the Kriya before you do this posture. Really work to find that breath. Very good, yogis. Go ahead and bring the toes toward the floor behind you. Vertebrae by vertebrae, you're going to take the spine back to the earth. Once you get the spine toward the earth, bring the soles of the feet together, send the back of the thighs down, and then lift the back of the rib cage. You're going to land on the crown of the head. It's also kind of an advanced posture too. So if you want to just keep your spine on the mat, you can do that. There are no better or lesser versions. There are only different variations of these postures. Very good. Send the backs of the thighs down toward the earth. What this does is it opens our seat again. It's from the pubic bone toward the low lip. Our chakras are conical, so they pull in from our past lives and from all of the soul stuff from before, from our childhood, and they draw it forth. And then we project it out. But if there's blockages in there, there's going to be very little left, if that makes sense. They're almost like a holographic projector. This posture opens them up as if you're taking the lens off of like a video camera. And as you breathe and walk in the Mudras, try not to talk during it like me right now. You begin to open up your chakras. That just means your levels of consciousness will start to change, and you'll be more body aware, which is where the wisdom is. It's not necessarily in our brains. Good. One last breath. Release the back of the spine toward the mat. Bring the knees in. You can bring the forehead to the knees like this, or you can just roll it out and bring the knees into a circle. This will get the sacrum. The sacrum is known as the holy temple because it actually holds our reproductive organs. And it also bathes everything in our bloodstream with the cerebral spinal fluid. It's absorbed into the bloodstream from this area. Whew, that was an intense one today, yogis. Go ahead and extend. Actually, we'll take a twist first. This left eye over the right. The palms can come into a T or field goal, and then drop the knees over toward the right. If that left shoulder comes up, that's okay. You want the knees to fall to the earth first, and just let gravity pull. The two governing vessel is from that base of the spine, sacrum, all the way up, and so we're really tapping into it here. And it's just the counter to opening the front of the body. Go ahead and take the right side over the left, and then drop the knee to the left. Deep inhalation here. Deep exhalation. And now you're just going to take the knees up. Extend the right leg out toward the right side of the mat, the left leg towards the left. The palms can face up, or you can face them down, whatever feels good for your body. Take a deep inhalation here. Exhale through the mouth. You're just going to rest your body. I have some essential oil that I can use on the temples, but if you prefer not to be touched, just bring your left palm to the belly to let me know. Enjoy the final rest here, yogis.
slowly start to lift the face. Start by moving the fingers and toes, rocking the head from side to side. And when you're ready on the inhale, you're going to reach the palms above the head, point through the toes, good morning stretch. Exhale, release. Go ahead and bring your knees in for a squeeze. You can fall over to the left or the right for yogi fetal posture. And then inhale, go ahead and lift up and have a seat, just facing one another here with the palms in front of the heart. I like to close out all my classes with a round of AUM. We can do 3 today. Take a deep inhalation. It comes from the base of the spine, and then you send it up the spine, and the M is going to reverberate to the mouth, and you send it to the heart. Inhale. Last one. Shanti, 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 Shanti. Thank you very much for sharing time with me today. Namaste. Yogis. Hope you guys enjoy the class and feel good today and sleep really good. That one kind of woke me a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm getting a little too into it. Like, it just got really hot. Like all of a sudden, like it just got like super heated.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yes, lots of heat in that one. Thanks, yogis online.
Thank you again, Mama. This was awesome. I can't hear her now. I can't hear her when she's away from the mic or whatever.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
This one's for Jen. It's the sensual one. Bye, guys. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Here's your friend, Monica.
Mike, hey, I'm so glad you came.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't feel like driving in today. I'll see you next weekend.
Yeah.
See ya.